Original versus Definitive. Which version is better when completing 555 We Tip? In this mission you get a call from your favorite officer in San Andreas, Officer Tenpenny. He sends you on a mission across town involving a hotel. You follow a valet to the parking garage, waste him down there, walk up to your new colleagues and wait for a specific car, get the car and drive it to the Doherty garage, drive it back without damaging it, park the car and join your colleagues, and finally watch the show. We'll compare tasks, execution, speedrun tactics and gameplay. Both games are vanilla, played on PC. My name is BadInfo, so leave a like and subscribe for more comparison videos. Now let's see how 555 We Tip compares between both versions. The opening cutscene is pretty bare bones actually, it's only CJ talking on the phone. Even with this set, however, we do have some differences, like how in the Definitive the garage door CJ walks through is closed, which makes no sense since it seems like in the original that's where CJ is coming from, an open door. Here we can see the outside and the time of day is accurately shown in the cutscene. Apart from this, the garage has many new additions like tires, boxes, items on the shelf and so on. I actually criticized this in the previous mission cutscene because CJ just got the garage and it was already full of all sorts of fancy stuff even though the garage was abandoned. Now after settling in, it's normal to have some extra stuff, so this here is welcome. The original looks pretty empty in comparison. The lighting obviously looks pretty different when in the original we can see sun rays, but in the Definitive we can't, and instead we have a lamp which is on since the garage door is closed for some reason. Alright, here comes the mission. In the original the valets all look the same. Well, of course they do, they have uniforms. In the Definitive, however, they have randomized appearances like glasses. This adds more variety and is greatly appreciated. When exiting the cutscene, your vehicle is placed on the street. Notice, however, that in the Definitive they place you in the building itself and you're quickly popped out of it. Yeah, a bit weird. When you waste a valet in the parking lot, he drops a blue icon. The same blue icon has a blue glow in the Definitive. When putting the uniform on, you can hear this. Oh, what? You didn't hear anything? Well, here it is again in the Definitive. Yep, the same exact sound plays in the original, but for some reason it's extremely low volume compared to the rest of the game. Alright, now we wait for a blue merit. Once it arrives and we hop into it, we get a 2-minute and 30-second timer. We gotta go to the garage, and when exiting out, the timer remains running, giving about a minute and a half to return back to the hotel. Well, needless to say, Rockstar thinks that babies play this game, so they nerfed this mission. A mission in which you drive a car from one place to the next. It had to be nerfed. When entering the DA car, you get no time limit whatsoever. You can visit Los Santos if you want. It doesn't matter. You get your time limit when exiting the Doherty garage, giving you about a minute more in the Definitive. You know me guys, nerfs are a huge problem for me in the Definitive and I can't stand them. This is terrible. What's more terrible is the camera controls though. This is a mission where you gotta keep your car in good shape. So what do? You move your camera up and down to see over the hill. In the Definitive, here's me desperately trying to look down. The camera constantly fights with you, and while it's not as bad as it was in the races in the countryside, it's terrible design on a mission in which damage could fail you. The rest of the mission is pretty much the same, the only difference is the randomized close, which I already talked about. Alright, so how is the speedrun? In a speedrun, what you do is push the two valets out of the way and park your car in front. When the next cutscene finishes, a valet immediately picks up the car and this allows the blue merit to spawn immediately. Luckily the same works in the Definitive. When picking up the uniform in the original, you can still walk in the fade in and fade out, allowing you to get closer to the objective. The same works in the definitive as you see. Unfortunately, since in the definitive you cannot tap sprint to run forever, sometimes you run out of sprint until you get to the objective, making this a little bit slower in the definitive. Also, luckily all skippable cutscenes in the original are also skippable in the definitive. Wish the last cutscene was also skippable in the definitive, but nope. Anyway guys, this is it for a comparison. Which version is better? While most of it is the same in both versions, the massive nerf and the camera issues I cannot excuse in the definitive. The mission is fine, but these are my two pet peeves. The garage door in the beginning was whatever, but nerfing an easy mission? This crosses the line, guys. If it's okay with you, then let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and a very special thank you to Monish Pradeep, Case Knights, Epic Elev, Sep Levi, Shinte, Clint McCurdy, Dark Mount, Jacob Madley, Max Robinson, Jim Francesco, Sola Velikanin, and everybody else.